Welcome back to the BBQ Beautiful Podcast, where we talk about all things smoked meat and so much more, including hilarious stories about our farm-to-table lifestyle and our love of the outdoors. I'm your host, Trevor. Be sure to tune in until the end of today's episode for how to qualify for the BBQ Brag to Win giveaway contest. Episode 16, let's do this. On today's episode, I'm sitting down with Kyle and we're talking about chicken. This week we smoked chicken two different ways, one with a crispy skin, and then one smoked, butter-poached, sauced, and then put back on the smoker. Turned out absolutely phenomenal. To get any of the full videos and recipes for all of these cooks, head over to the BBQ Beautiful Podcast group on Facebook, or subscribe on any of the BBQ Beautiful videos on Facebook. We did chicken two ways, so I wanted to show a chicken recipe. I've been getting lots of comments on the chicken videos. But just so I didn't get yelled at on social media, I also wanted to make sure we had a crispy chicken so that we didn't have to hear about, I only like crispy skin.
Yeah.
It's got to be crispy or it's not chicken.
Yeah.
Over here, if it's not crispy, it's not chicken. You know what I mean? Because I get that quite a bit.
Well, you're worldwide audience, right? So, yeah.
So best of both worlds, and this is a unique cook. So again, head over to the Facebook group, the BBQ Beautiful Podcast, where all the recipes and sauces are.
Yeah.
But we did this two ways, and started with a good fresh product, farm raised here on site.
Yeah.
So not huge chickens because we were in the middle at the time of butchering 100 turkeys. So it was just time for the chickens to go, and they were nice and small, but just make for a delicious bird.
Mm-hmm.
And then the two types where we did your typical smoked crispy skin chicken. And then the other one was briefly smoked, then butter poached, then pulled back out and put on the smoker with sauce.
Right.
Just to set up. And when Kyle showed up this morning, we had a conversation about, crispy skin versus not crispy skin. And you were on the fence of, it's got to be crispy for me or I'm out. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do my best to convert you today, because I was the exact same way. And then I started eating it like this. And
yeah.
And it was a whole different ball game. So
yeah. And it wasn't rubbery.
No.
Like, it's the rubbery skin that you don't like, right?
Correct.
And this was not that. So
yeah, but we'll talk more about that after. And then, so basically, very simple for chicken. Start by spatchcocking your bird.
Yep.
And make sure you go that extra step to get rid of those little rib bones and everything that are still on after you cut the backbone out.
Okay.
Because then what you get is you get the whole meat side of the bird sitting on the smoker.
Right.
Which then gives you that caramelized, finished bottom of the chicken that just, with the spice alone, was just delicious.
So you want to pull those bones out of it to flatten it out.
Yeah.
You want to take the curve out of the...
Perfectly flat, and then just watch how much easier and faster it is to cook chicken.
Right.
Than throwing a whole bird on there.
Yeah.
Or throwing it on a beer can.
Well, yeah, and then you get coverage, right? Like, you're getting more meat.
Yeah.
Spiced and all that kind of stuff.
More spiced, more smoke. It's just a completely different flavor profile.
Right.
And then we cut them in half. So we typically do the smoked chicken halves if you've watched any of the videos. For the crispy skin, basically all you're doing is you're going to smoke this bird, get about an hour 20 of smoke on it. And then because I'm using an offset cooker, I just move it over right next to the firebox where it's screaming hot.
Yep.
To get that skin to blister and puff out and get crazy crispy.
Right.
But you brought up a good point earlier too, if you don't have that available with the torch.
Yeah. Yeah, it works good.
So
propane torch, and just, don't get right in there on it, and you keep it back a ways so you don't want to burn it or anything like that. But it's cool when you watch it, when you do that to crisp it up, because you'll watch the skin just tighten right up, right? And then you see it crackling and all that kind of stuff. And
yeah.
And it's a quick, easy method to perfect the areas of your chicken that didn't get as crispy as you want. Say you undercooked it or something like that, or it just didn't turn out evenly like you thought. You just hit it with that torch.
Yeah, you got to be careful when you're in a screaming hot like that on the smoker because, one piece can get real black real quick if you're not watching it.
Exactly, yeah.
And charred right up. So a little bit of char is delicious, but not the whole bird.
Yeah, right. Yeah, been there, done that.
And then for this, so we sat down and did the tasting, and you had a bite of both, and then you had multiple other bites because you just kept eating.
Yeah.
Thoughts at the end?
It I don't know. It wasn't what I was just thinking. I was just going to be leaning towards that crispy chicken the whole time, but that was incredible. Like when it was poached in butter and like the flavors that were in that was just insane.
And I think the sauce really threw it over the top for you.
It was definitely the sauce. Yeah. When we put that sauce on that poached one and threw it back and glazed that up, it was unbelievable for me. Yeah, it was, yeah. And that was that spicy peach sauce, right?
Yeah,
and,
we were just using the leftover sauce from the other cooks.
Yeah.
I think it paired awesome with chicken.
Yeah, it did. It was just, it's the gift that keeps on giving. We just keep using it on stuff, and it's like, oh, this is awesome. This is awesome. And it was incredible. So once again, Trevor blew my mind with that, and it was fantastic.
But with that said, there was nothing wrong with that other bird.
Oh no!
The juice coming out of that thing when we cut into it was because it just locked it in.
It did, yeah, and that was, if I didn't have that other one to compare it to, it would have been the best thing in the world, right?
Yeah, and then that one with the absence of sauce, you really got that base layer on the bottom, which had caramelized, being in contact.
Yes.
With the grill and then having the smoke on it the whole time.
Yeah, your base layer has a unique flavor. It's really good. It turned out awesome. Right. Definitely. Yeah.
But then the other thing to put it right over the top just for some heat, we were dipping it in the spicy chimney.
Yeah.
Which to me, that stuff just screams chicken, pork.
Yeah.
Delicious.
It is good, yeah. And it kicks it up a notch with the heat too, right? Yeah. My kids wouldn't be dipping into that, but it was good. Like every other bite I was grabbing chimney and throwing it on there because that's delicious.
And that sauce one, you didn't even need it. Like that was just...
No, I found I wasn't putting it on the one with the sauce because I just enjoy that flavor of that, and like when
and not thick sauce, like just the light coating we brushed on.
It was very light, yeah.
So you could even amp that up more if
I would next time. Yeah, I would definitely add more to it.
Because you definitely like sauced.
Yeah.
I think after, eating a bunch of these with you, you're definitely more into sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas a lot of the times, especially with ribs, I like to have sauce on the side and have the ribs dry, naked.
Really, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've made a lot of those lately without the sauce.
Yeah.
And then because you can always put it on.
Yeah.
You could have 3 or 4 different sauces.
Yeah, I kind of like that too. Like I like just tasting the meat itself, right? And your base layers and your honey heat and all that kind of stuff is all you really need.
Yeah.
For that, you don't need to be putting sauce on it at all.
Yeah. And then I just find, especially if you're having leftovers, keeping them and trying to reheat and
right,
it's just way easier.
Yeah, it is for sure. Yeah.
And then sides for this one, it's chicken. You go
a million different
ways.
Go
with something bold here. Make your baked beans with bacon.
Mm-hmm.
The deviled egg potato salad.
Yeah. Yeah. Which reminds me, we need to do deviled eggs.
Yeah.
I love deviled eggs. So,
yeah, pretty well every time I do a cook for a bunch of people, there's always deviled eggs.
Yeah.
Mainly because we have crazy amounts and we got to...
Well, that's what I'm just thinking.
Too many in the fridge. We got to pull 8 cartons out, and what are we going to do with them?
Yeah.
Deviled eggs.
Yeah. I'll have to take a carton of those home tonight. Now I want deviled eggs. I'm going to make deviled eggs when I get home.
And then the other thing I was telling Kyle too is the last time I did a big chicken cooked way too many, did 8.
Right.
And again, it's chicken, so it's not going to keep
Yeah.
very long in the fridge.
Mm-hmm.
But because it's seasoned, cooked, smoked, it has just an amazing flavor. It made the best, and I mean the best chicken salad
Oh yeah.
for sandwiches the next day.
Right.
And for those, you can't find them very often. It's seasonal, but Sprouts.
Okay.
Do you like Sprouts?
I do like Sprouts.
I'm talking like a heap
Yeah.
of chicken salad. Then we put cranberries on it.
Okay.
And then a huge thing of Sprouts. And then some nice Monterey Jack cheese.
Nice. Oh. Yeah, that would be great.
And then you can, like, I mean, in the chicken salad itself, you can add like the dried cranberries, some pecans, walnuts, whatever to give it some crunch.
Okay.
Amazing.
Nice. Yeah. Now I want a chicken salad sandwich.
But definitely head over to the page and check those recipes out and give them a shot. I highly recommend the chicken. And it's hard to pick. They're both good, so give them both a shot and then see which one you like.
They are, yeah. Yeah, and it's something you could do, like cook half of it crispy and then poach that other half in the butter. Yeah. Basically, and kind of do what we did, because it's all there laid out on you on the page with the recipe.
And I just find with that butter poach, it's the consistency you get. It's super tender.
Yeah, it is.
Crazy tender.
Yeah, yeah. And are you cooking to temperature or time, or what are you doing with that?
Time. So basically, you're going for color here,
right?
Because you're gonna be cooking the chicken longer, because you're gonna be doing the 3-stage cook.
Yeah.
So obviously check and make sure you've hit temp, but you're gonna hit temp.
Yeah.
By the time you follow all the directions.
Okay.
But it's the fact that you're basically slow poaching it in butter and then finishing it with the sauce. So that was the other thing I was telling Kyle before we ate, was when we pulled it out and then sauced it and put it back on the pit, how much smoke that sauce sucks up in that 10 extra minutes. It's crazy. But I mean, it's awesome flavor.
Yeah.
But it's crazy how much a sauce sucks up that smoke so quickly.
Right. Yeah. And it wasn't overpowering in any way, shape, or form. It just had that smoke flavoring to it. But comparing the two, the one with the sauce pulled more smoke flavor in for sure.
And I probably have about, I'd say conservatively, about 14,000 comments on chicken.
Right.
It's pink because it's smoked.
Right.
It's not pink because it's raw.
Yeah.
So I just had to sneak that in there.
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah. A lot of people don't understand. Like even when you say reverse sear a steak, like when I cook them on my Traeger and I'll reverse sear them, when you get it on your plate and you cut into it, you're like, whoa, that's red. Like it just turns the inside of that steak red. And you think it's like not cooked or something like that, but it actually is. It's just for some reason the smoker does that to it, right? So,
yeah. So, I mean, that's chicken. Give it a shot. It's definitely a way to amp up chicken 2 different ways.
Yeah.
That's just different than you're throwing a whole chicken in the oven.
Yeah. Yeah. Ever since I learned to like spatchcock a chicken or turkey or
that's
anything
all
like,
I cook now.
That's all I do too, right?
Yeah.
It turns out incredible, which I always thought in the beginning, like, it's going to let the juices out or whatever, and it's going to be dry and like, I don't know, just more surface area to lose moisture, I think is where my mind went. But then I cooked a turkey that way and I'm like, this whole thing is incredibly juicy.
Yeah. And the beauty is you're cooking the thighs and the breasts closer together in terms of temp.
Right.
Versus those breasts finishing up or vice versa, right? And one being undercooked and one being overcooked.
Yeah, you're going to end up with something overcooked every time, right? Yeah.
So it's just the way, but by the time you flatten it out, it's pretty even.
Yes, right. Yeah. Yeah, definitely the way
If you haven't tried it, give it a shot. Like,
yeah, it's not hard. There's lots of YouTube videos out there walk you through spatchcocking in any bird, really.
Yeah.
So it's easy to do, and once I've done it, I was like, okay, well, this isn't so bad. This is what I'm doing every time. Yeah. So worth it.
But that's chicken, so thanks for tuning in. I'm Trevor.
And I'm Kyle.
We'll see you next time.
See ya.
Okay, it's time for our barbecue giveaway that we're calling Barbecue Brag to Win. One lucky listener will win some amazing barbecue merch that'll take your outdoor cooking to a whole new level. Whether you're a backyard beginner or a seasoned pit master, this giveaway is going to be for you. So what's up for grabs? First, a BBQ Beautiful bundle. This includes one BBQ Beautiful base layer, honey heat, brisket rub, and a spicy chimney from our lineup of seasonings and rubs. Next, one t-shirt and hat of your choice from the BBQ Beautiful website, www.barbecuebeautiful.ca. And of course, there's going to be free shipping. How to enter? First, make sure you're subscribed to the BBQ Beautiful Podcast on your favorite podcast platform. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode or an announcement. Next, connect with us on social media. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, or TikTok at BBQ Beautiful. Then share our latest episode on your stories or feed, and don't forget to tag us. Use the hashtag Barbecue Brag to Win. BBQ BRAGTOWIN. This way we can easily find your posts. Finally, drop a comment on our giveaway post telling us about your favorite barbecue recipe, or share your best barbecue tip, pictures, or videos. And here's the kicker. For each additional entry you want to earn, simply engage with us. Like and share the posts, comment on our episodes, or even send us a voice message with your barbecue questions or stories. The more you interact, the more chances you have to win. So get creative and show us your barbecue. Let's talk about the timeline. You have until the 25th of each month to enter. You don't want to miss it, and who knows, it could be you. Why are we putting on this giveaway? Well, we want to express our thanks to each and every one of you who tunes in each week. Your support means the world, and this giveaway is our way of giving back to this amazing barbecue community that we're building together. And we really do want to hear from you. So what topics do you want us to cover in future episodes? Are there any barbecue legends or techniques you want us to dive into? Share your thoughts in the comments when you enter the giveaway. This is all about community, and we want to make sure that we're bringing the content you all love. So to recap, subscribe to the podcast, follow us on social, share our latest episode using hashtag Barbecue Brag to Win, and comment on our giveaway post. It's that easy. Get excited because this is your chance to elevate your barbecue game with some awesome gear. Good luck to everyone out there, and may the best griller win.